Okay, here we are, December 16th, the weekend of December 16th. Yep, Christmas is, well, and many holidays are approaching very quickly, right? Everybody's kind of, it's kind of interesting. I feel like it sort of this year feels very wonky. I've talked to a lot of people about, the holidays this year, and it's like there's not a consensus of, joy or fun or any of these kinds of things. And I know that sometimes, Christmas can bring up a lot for people and whatnot, but usually there is like also a sense of joy and, just the festivities of a holiday, I think, can be quite a lot of fun. Even just little things, making yourself a nice warm cup of tea or something that's like more eggnoggy, or, going to see the lights at night in a neighborhood and, walking in the neighborhood. Just little things, little things. It doesn't have to be these grandiose, parties and all this stuff, and that can be fun too, but it doesn't have to be. Watching a silly Christmas movie or, starting to knit. That's something that I've done for years, and I actually love to knit. Mostly hats and scarves and things like that, but I've been noticing recently, and some of an encounter that I've kind of had, over the past like month, kind of dealing with somebody who I would say is on the spectrum of narcissism. And you'll notice that through time if you feel like you're walking on eggshells. There's actually a book that was written, I believe, about walking on eggshells. And personally, coming from a family with a previous, parent's partner being a narcissist, and growing up that way, because they were in my life since I was 6 years old, it's a journey that, I've had to be very clear about. But even still, I've attracted, bosses, over the years, partnerships over the years, and, just dealing with certain friendships that are, so it takes time to see it and sense it. And sometimes you get kind of stuck in a pattern again. And hopefully each time it's more clear and more clear. If you can stop yourself in a moment and say, why do I feel like out of my body when I'm around this person? Why do I feel like there's not a safety energy around particular people? You got to listen to that stuff. You have to listen to your body when you're around certain people, and take a deep breath and, not step into that sort of people-pleasing mode that empaths do a lot. It's kind of like, as the years have progressed in my own life, I've gotten much better at it. And, there's times when I've, gotten to the point where it's like, I've had to stand up for myself and pretty much say, fuck that, right? There are those times I've had to say those things. So, if you're kind of experiencing that, I've noticed this kind of energy coming back in my world, and I know that it affects a lot of empathic people who watch these channels and, are more sensitive than most people. I do find that having sort of a focus really does help. So, sometimes even creating, a list for the day. And that might be like, okay, I'm going to do some yoga. I'm going to meditate at this time. I'm going to, so sometimes having a routine or a schedule can actually make you feel more grounded. It really can. Or I'm going to do, my videos, my YouTube videos on this day and that day. It keeps a structure, which can actually very much help so you don't spiral out and start, getting too outside the body, one thing that I've experienced over the years is that I will easily like travel outside the body, even during the day, and much rather want to go play with the angels. And, that's not why we're here on the planet. We've got to stay grounded on the earth in the planet, right? So it's like sending those grounding cords down to the planet and the core, like kind of like the tree roots, sort of seeing yourself sort of wrapping your tree roots around the core of the earth and just kind of like, and it's interesting when you start to do that. And one of the practices I've had over the years is actually calling my energy back. So I'm like, okay, come back into the body, hello. And it will happen. So if you feel like you're sort of, out of the body at times, which a lot of us can feel that way, when you feel that way, just call yourself back in, kind of like even just tapping your arms, hugging yourself, calling yourself back into the body can make a huge, huge difference. Yeah. And don't forget to eat things that are good for the body and the brain. So make sure that you're having your lemon water in the morning time, or at some point in the day. Morning's best, but if you notice it during the day, slice your fresh lemon, put it in some water, and have your lemon water. Your celery juice. There's all kinds of recipes for the medical medium protocols in his new book, okay, the Brain Saver Protocols. All of that stuff can actually help you feel just like more in alignment, right? So, and putting your favorite, crystal on. Like right now I'm wearing a moonstone. I love this crystal and it just makes me feel just like, more me, I guess I would say. But there's so many different protocols for different herb shots in that book. I just highly, highly recommend getting that book. And at nighttime, I love having a cup of ginger, honey, and lemon tea. It is so good. It's like dessert. And yeah, there are times, yes, I still do eat chocolate and, a couple bites of this or that. I'm not going to get into that, but you know what I mean. I'm not a perfect eater by any means, but I'm pretty good. Honestly, I'm pretty good. So let's see. I'm going to burn some sweetgrass. I've been loving burning sweetgrass in my space, even just a little bit of sweetgrass. It's so yummy. Okay. So let's see here. What do we all need to know collectively for this weekend? What do we all need to know? It's interesting. I had a podcast. I have a new podcast. It's called Luminous Life. And you can tune in. I'll have more episodes this year and in this new year coming. And, you know, one thing that I was talking about was, you know, just how there's so much going on the planet right now. It's like, how can we, you know, just really stay in the center, in the core of ourselves and stand in that pillar of light, right? I personally like to expand my energy out as far as it will go, all around the world and into the galaxies, because for me, that feels lighter. It feels safer for me personally. Some people may not have that experience, but try it. Try expanding your energy and see kind of what feels light and what feels good. So we have the Lovers card and the Angels, you know, supporting that. I think that yin yang inside of ourselves, we're all, I think, being very much called to step into that space where we're balancing our own yin and yang energy. It's so important. It is so, so important. You know, the other thing is when you're going into spaces, and I don't want to just say, okay, you're going into the store and it's always bad. That's not, I don't feel that way. However, when you go into certain places and you do feel some funkiness, I like to drop it at the door when I leave. So I envision sort of like this like air blowing on me as I'm leaving any store or cafe or any place, you know, that has a lot of people in it, especially this month. I will just envision just a wind and it just like taking all the energy that's not mine and dropping it at the door. Because for me, you know, and you can actually ask the energy to just go up into the ethers, right? So it can be transmuted and the energy can be used in such a way that's, you know, transmuted in a different way. But that's one really great way. So right when you're leaving, like the register, the checkout, you know, whatever it is, before you get to the door, just be like, okay, I'm just dropping all this energy that's not mine at the door. Just drop it at the door. Highly recommend it. It works for me. So we have the Page of Cups. There's some kind of sweet offer. So, yeah, so maybe it's like a love connection. You know, especially for the holidays too. You know, there's always, maybe someone's asking you out on a date or something, you know, and I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about, maybe I am, but who knows? But I'm talking about just the collective energy. So, you know, a lot of times people go, you know, on more dates during the holidays, right? Maybe you're on those dating sites. I've never tried that before and probably won't. But let's see, what else we got here? You know, I love going to the cathedral and lighting a candle, you know, for just all the suffering and the pain that's going on in the world, and you know, to alleviate the energy and just release people from difficulties and dramas and violence and things that are just so hard, you know, to witness on this planet. So I do that a lot. And, or even light a candle in my own house just to, you know, send out blessings and prayers for people. And one of the teachers that I can't remember who it was, sorry, I have had a lot of spiritual teachers along the way. One of them during a meditation was envisioning the colors changing on the planet. So it was like, I think it was from like red to green. So like envisioning like the planet being like red, orange to green. So that was kind of interesting because I like to work with color, and I do envision a lot of things with color. That's actually a lot of fun for me to play with, and it's very powerful as well. Okay. So what else do we need to know? If you would like a personal reading with me, you can go to my website, AllisonVanRaden.com, or you can email me as well. I offer many different possibilities. I do long distance energy healing, card pulls for the day, specific readings about relationships, career. Always working with my guides in that process so that divine light and energy can come through very clearly. Okay, what else? Whoop. And what else do we need to know for this weekend? What else do we need to know for this weekend? What energies could be helpful here? So there's the Emperor. So it's definitely, you know, a person, a man, most likely. Somebody who's, you know, very like solid in their being and their, you know, has definitely established a life for themselves that's accomplished or, you know, very grounded in the 3D. What else do we need to know about? What do we need to know about anywhere we need to pivot or shift energies? So there's like the Five of Swords energy, sort of just like, you know, dropping the sword, walking away from drama. You know, we have so much to heal on this planet, you know, and we don't need to add any more to people's plates and their lives. We just don't. There's just so much we need to heal already. And that's the focus. That is the focus. So what else do we need to know? What could be a focus? What's a focus for the weekend? A collective energy focus for the weekend. So it's being in that space of independence where you're a sovereign being. We are each individually sovereign beings. So you see her in her garden, right? In her garden, in the lushness. We are sovereign beings, each and every one of us. We have to claim our sovereignty and not let people run amok, you know, in our lives. It's very important. Anywhere you find yourself doing that, take a step back, you know, get back into your own center and your own space, write, meditate, you know, walk in nature, do the things that you need to do to center yourself. Okay, and what's the energy looking like towards the end of the weekend? If we do those things, what does the energy look like for us? What's the energy look like if we focus on the Nine of Pentacles here? Start your projects, you know. Stay focused on your projects. So we've got the Knight of Pentacles. So it's like, yeah, just a slow and steady pace and the ability to just stay focused and grounded. You know, the Pentacles energy, right? It's earth energy. It's very much earth energy. So we absolutely want to do that. And then we've got the Chariot. So that is definitely staying balanced, right? We're balancing energies, but we're also, you might be taking a vacation or a trip somewhere. So maybe somebody, you know, it's possible that someone's offering that, a vacation or some kind of trip or that kind of thing going on, which could be fun. Okay. Let's draw a few more cards here. Some of the Oracle decks that I've got. What do we need to know more about the Lover's card and the Page of Cups? Tell us a little bit more about the Lover's card and the Page of Cups. Okay. So, loyal heart. There's the loyal heart card. Stay loyal to yourself and true to yourself. Take anything very slowly. If somebody does come into your world right now, I would. And, you know, definitely stay loyal and true to your heart. And because you don't want to get into a relationship where it's not reciprocal energy. So you want to make sure that you're in a connection with somebody that it's a reciprocal energy. You know, we're not just talking money or finances. It's all the things, right? It's all, you know, time, energy, kindness, romance. It's all part of it. And so what do we need to know? What do we need to know for this weekend? How do we stay in our heart center? And we've got play. So have fun, celebrate. Don't be too serious. So this one's play. Have fun, celebrate. Don't be too serious. Take some time out to have fun, you know? Sometimes I'll even see like a playground and I'll go swing for a while on the swing set because that's like tons of fun for me. I love it. And why not, right? Okay, and what else do we need to know? How can we stay centered in the energies this weekend and follow our hearts? Okay. Transformation. Transformation. Yeah, that's an awesome card. I love that one. Yep. So allow these things to transform your cellular structure, the molecules in your body. Give yourself the weekend to actually, you know, step into those energies more. You heal yourself, you heal the planet, and, you know, and it just ripples out, right? So that's what we're doing. And we're making a incredible place for everybody to feel safe and creative and expand and be an appreciation. And I'm very appreciative of all of you. And so have a very blessed and abundant and peaceful and graceful, let the grace just wash over you. Okay, have a blessed weekend.